Hello, final year medical students at the University of Pretoria. My name is Wilco, I'm a financial planner at Consult, and congratulations, you've made it this far. You're in your final year, and before you know it, you all are going to be out there working and contributing towards the economy. Now, before I get started, you all probably wonder, why is this guy not wearing a suit and a tie, and why is he wearing casual wear and his hat? Now, the main reason for me is I like to be as real as possible. When I sit with a client, for me it's all about the advice that I can give you. But for me to be able to give advice, I need information, and therefore I'm inviting you into my life and into my industry by being as real as possible and being as open as possible. And I'm also expecting the same from you. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because last year, myself and my beautiful wife Alfreda, we did a few webinars, and you can go and check them out on my YouTube page, where we ventured and we journeyed, almost like this aeroplane, come journey together with us, or let's journey together, it's actually Consult's slogan, where we journeyed through the whole of last year and we gave them pointers. But I've come to realize that because you guys are being bombarded by so many different companies, so many different financial advisors and planners in your final year, that come October, November, last year's clients were almost more confused at the end of the year than what they were when they started their final year. And this video is going to be all about pointers. I'm going to give you a few pointers to look out for, a few things that you can actually go and research beforehand, or go and look out beforehand. Or when you do sit with a financial planner, you're going to have a little bit more questions, and you're going to be more knowledgeable when you walk out there, because you're going to gather more information. All right, so let's get going. The first thing that I want to put out there is the advice that you are going to get. It needs to be independent. Now, I like to tell my little story when it comes to independence. When you go and buy a car, when you walk into the BMW dealership, the chances of that guy selling you a BMW is 100%. You might get the odd one that will tell you, you know what, a Mercedes or a Toyota is so much better. But no, he's going to sell you BMW, because if you don't buy into BMW, if you can't sell it good enough, you're not going to buy it, and he's not going to make any money or any commission out of that. So therefore, watch out for financial advisors that are specific agents from specific companies. Because yes, the advice that they give you might be very good, but they won't have access to all the different platforms out there. They won't have access to all the different products. Because think about medicine. One type of medicine might work for one patient and it does not for the other. So therefore, bringing me to my second point is the discussions that you're having with a financial planner or independent financial advisor needs to be specific towards your needs. Now, you'll get to know me as we go through this year. I like my stories and putting it into real terms. Think about it being a doctor one day, and a patient walks into your practice. When he walks in there, you're not going to have 15 different types of medication already packed out on your desk and start telling him about what the benefits are and what they need to look out for and what it costs. No, you're going to ask them first, what brings you here? What's wrong? Give me your symptoms. Then you're going to use your expertise to actually say, you know what, I think this and this is wrong with you. And you're going to examine them, and then you're basically going to get to 100% diagnosis of what is wrong with them. And then you're going to get them the right medication and prescribe them the things. And you know what, even after that, one or two things might not work out, and they'll come back and you'll discuss it again. And that's the same with your financial plan, this journey that you're going to go on. Yes, most of you, your portfolio is going to look more or less similar, because you're in your final year, you're probably only earning an allowance, you don't have a job yet, and all of you are going to earn more or less the same next year, starting out. So therefore, if you don't have a lot of debt, this and that, then your package will look a specific way. But still, chat to someone and let them hear you, what makes you tick, and what you want to invest into or what you want to take out, instead of just going with what they tell you you need. All right, so that's that thing. Then a second point for me when it comes to investments is it's a thing called effective annual cost. Before you go into any investment, you need to ask that advisor, what is my effective annual cost? Now you get old generation and you get new generation investments. The old generation investments are extremely expensive, so you don't want to go that route. Don't buy into any bonuses that if you stick a certain amount of time with that company, they'll pay you more and they'll boost your investment. Or some of them tell you that if you invest with us now, they'll boost you up front. No, those things are extremely expensive. You need to invest new generation. Now your new generation platforms are Glacier, Alan Gray, Pepe's Investments, Wealthport, Momentum Wealth. Those are your pure investment platforms because the fees are so much lower and you've got so much more access and well as capabilities and options with your investments on a new generation platform than what you had on old generation. But coming back to the effective annual cost, you know that if you can just save 2% over a 20-year period, it makes a massive 43% difference in your portfolio. Now that's almost half of your money that you're losing out on by just saving 2% per annum. And believe you me, there's a lot of investment platforms and investment products out there that are in excess of 3, 4, 5% than what a pure new generation investment platform would cost you. Any investment effective annual cost above 2.5% is way too high. You need to get it close to 2%, even lower than 2%. All right. Then one of my final piece of advice that I want to give you is ask as many questions as possible. I know you guys have probably heard it by now and you hate it. It's the thing called Dr. Google. Okay, now you get investment specialists on Google as well. YouTube is full of my industry and how one can invest and how you can make money. But even though you can gather all your info when it comes to investments and I can gather most of my info when it comes to medicine and operations and those type of things, we still need each other. But we need to trust the other guy as well as ask as much questions as possible. Because remember, you need to be comfortable by starting out this journey with a financial planner. Ask the questions that does not only influence you now, but can influence you in 5, 10, or 15 years, even 40 years from now. Because if all goes well, you're probably going to journey with the same financial advisor for the next 20 to 30 years. And you need to think further than just today. Ask questions like, how does a trust work? Why should I maybe start a company and put a company within a trust? You know what, Wilco, should I buy property number 3, 4, 5 in my own personal name? Or should I start maybe venturing into different other things? Because there's ways of structuring your portfolio that can actually be very beneficial for you come at a later stage or at death. All right, so those are the type of questions. Plan out your route that you're going to take. I like stories, so therefore, let's say we're traveling to Cape Town. We know what the end destination is, but we already have to start discussing where are we going to sleep over if we're not going to go directly through from Pretoria and drive. On that note, we need to decide beforehand also, are we going to fly, are we going to go by train, or are we going to drive down? Are we going to do certain pit stops? And then you also have to have the capabilities and the discussions to say that, you know what if we were supposed to sleep over in Beaufort West, but we decided, you know what, we want to sleep in Bloem. So the plan changed a little bit, but it didn't deviate us from our end destination. Right, so ask as many questions as possible and discuss as many opportunities, options as possible, because there's no such thing as a stupid question. All right. Next topic is retirement. Now, if you go and look at all my other videos and the webinars that I've posted, I use the word hate, and I know hate is a strong word, but I hate the word retirement because so many financial planners and financial advisors are going to try and sell you a retirement annuity. Now, I don't work towards retirement with my clients. I work towards financial freedom, because one person's financial freedom is so much different than what another person's is. And on that note as well, in my opinion, professional people don't retire. They just become financially free. They might stop working one day, but then they'll probably just venture into business opportunities. They'll have a portfolio that they're managing. So therefore, Don't buy into the sales gimmick of if you don't start a retirement annuity now, you're losing out on all the tax benefits, as well as you won't be able to provide for yourself one day. How do you become financially free? Is to have enough assets that can create passive income so that you don't need to work anymore. And that's what we're working towards. Your practice one day is part of your financial freedom. All your investments are part of your financial freedom, as well as property. That can also be part of your passive income and financial freedom. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that a retirement annuity is wrong, and I'm not dissing all the tax benefits that comes with a retirement annuity. But be careful, and I've learned this from last year. Don't buy into the sales of people trying to scare you with retirement. And on that note, I'm not going to go too much into that, but getting you a tax number. I actually laughed when I heard it. Getting a tax number is one of the easiest things. Anyone can guide you. You can guide yourself, so you don't have to partner with someone and sell into their whole idea, because they can get you a tax number. With that said, from the launch of this video and from today onwards, you've got unlimited access to me. WhatsApp me, email me, phone me. I'm going to post my contact details at the end of this video. Please feel free to get in touch. I would love to have one-on-one sessions with all of you. I would love to interact, because for me, I love education. The more free education I can give, the more I know you guys are going to be able to make informed decisions. So please don't hesitate, pick up your phone, contact me, let's get together, and let's start journeying until next year, so that when you start your internship, you know that everything is in place that needs to be there, and it's a plan that's tailor-made for you. Have a wonderful day further, and I'm looking forward to chat to you. Bye-bye.